Let's go ahead and burn some stuff. Greetings, peace, beloveds. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey. All right. I wanted to come on here so we could go over what this moon energy today is going to be and how it's going to affect our lives over the next 2 to 3 weeks. All right. There is a lot going on with this particular moon. It is going to push you to your growth. And it's not just the moon itself. It's not just because we're having a full moon. Grand rising, everyone that's coming in. Grand rising. I'm going to give it a little second. All right, grand rising. All right, so this is going to be a teachable moment. So some of y'all might want to get some notebooks. This is a teachable moment. I wonder, do I have a chart? Let me see if I got a chart somewhere that I can use real quick. You can't really see this one as good as I would like, but we're going to use this one anyway. All right, grand rising. All right, so today is our blue moon, our full moon in the sign of Taurus. Now, why is this particular moon special? All the full moons and the new moons is special, all right? But this one right here is special for several reasons. One, we have Uranus that's conjuncting right with the moon. They are right there, all right, in the sign of Taurus. Taurus represents our values, all right? It represents material gains. It represents luxury. It represents how we come up in the world. Like when we're young and we're establishing what we value, our value system, the things that we hold on to, our attachment, all of that. This is what this energy is going to be about. Uranus is coming in and saying, fuck your attachments. Okay? Uranus is coming in and like, boom. Now, I don't care what you live in. I don't care what you attach to. I don't care about your value system. I don't care about nothing that's going on in your life. I'm getting ready to make you do this work. Now, for some of us, specifically our babies who have Chiron and Taurus, Uranus has been in this energy all year. So some of our Chiron and Taurus babies, y'all should have been getting some windfalls, like some unexpected money that was just coming in your possession all of a sudden. Just opportunities, business opportunities. So specifically with this particular alignment, it's going to push you to be like, what is it that you really want to do? What are you really valuing? Okay, what are you holding as your truth? So now I'm here to make you challenge that and make you push past whatever you're fearing, whatever you're still holding on to, and whatever you're connected to that is no longer serving you. I'm here to make you aware of it, and now we're going to push past this particular fear so we can get to our ascension. This particular alignment, beloveds, is going to help you with your higher consciousness. It's going to help you ascend. So if you're being very, very strategic and still, you can utilize this energy to the best of your ability. If you've been feeling emotional for the last few days, if your emotions have been all over the place or being very heightened, like you're sad or you're depressed or whatever the case may be, it is going to intensify with this full moon. Let's be real clear. This is an energy, and this particular alignment at this moment is going to challenge your personal relationships with your mother, with your husbands and boyfriends and mates, baby daddies. It's going to challenge your relationships, specifically with our women, with your children. Okay. This is getting ready to push some buttons. So if you are not using your tool belt correctly, And I know a lot of my babies, I've been giving y'all some tools. If you're not using your toolbox and your tool belt correctly, you're going to pop off. Somebody getting cussed out. You done quit your job. Or you done did something to get fired. You already done broke up with your man or your woman. You own 20 right now. You walking around lawless. Because Uranus is going to be like anything that you've been holding on to. If you've been holding resentment to your mate, that shit about to be exploded times 10. If you've been in an energy where you feel like, oh, I ain't got no control over my life and it's because of you, mama, it's going to be exploded times 10. This is the time frame that is getting ready to be like, oh, I'm putting all of that shit heightened. I'm going to push it so far that you don't have a choice but to transform. Why? Because Uranus represents transformation. It represents death. So this is the death of your old self. This is the death of the ego. Okay? This is the death of energy that does not align with you anymore. So you got to be real intentional. All right. So this is what we need to do. Like I said, you need to get your natal charts. All my babies, get your natal charts. All right. I need you to, if you can, and you're familiar with having 2 birthdays, knowing that our consciousness has a birthday and our body has a birthday. So we operate with 2 different personalities all at the same time. All of y'all asses is crazy. All right. Understand, pull both of those charts so you can see where specifically this energy is transiting. All right. Like for me, mine is in the 8th house. This is other people's money. This is legacies. Okay. This is inheritance. This is property. This is intimacy. This is sexual energy. So some of y'all, if y'all got that same placement like I got, normally y'all sexual energy might have been heightened during this time frame. Listen, this is a whole nother dynamic that you need to be paying attention to. So you want to look and see in all your 8 houses, wherever Taurus is at. All right, you're going to locate where Taurus is. This is typically where that is going to be transiting. And for this particular person, that energy is transiting her house of health. This is her 6th house. So that's going to be health issues that's coming up. Specifically, that's dealing with the reproductive system. Okay, so that's another thing. All my women who might have this transit going on in certain areas, it could be the 8th house or the 6th house, maybe the 4th house. You might have some reproductive things coming up. Okay, there might be some things that you need to go to the hospital or go to your doctor and check, and then take your ass to a holistic nutritionist or a holistic doctor. I ain't tell y'all to go listening to what the hell they saying. Even with the 5th house, this might be unexpected pregnancies for y'all. It could be a whole lot of different things that is going on. So you got to go and look, where is your Taurus in your natal chart? And then wherever your Taurus is sitting in your natal chart, at 8 degrees or 9 degrees, that's exactly where that moon and that Uranus is transiting. All right. The other dynamic that you want to look at is, what is it exactly across from? You say you ain't having sex. What is it sitting directly across from? You want to see, like mine was in the 8th house, and then the other house that it was sitting across from was my 2nd house. Now, the interesting thing for me is my Uranus naturally sits in the 2nd house. For most of y'all, wherever it's sitting, the original placement probably is in the house directly across from it. Okay? So those 2 houses are going to be affected. Those are going to be the 2 houses that are going to be brought to the forefront. So these are going to be the areas in your life that is going to be pushing your buttons. It's going to be challenging you to come up with a new way of expressing yourself through that energy. All right. Or a new way of moving, or a new way of doing things. All right. So people who might have, I think somebody said 10th house, that could be challenging your career. You actually supposed to be starting a new business. You're actually supposed to be looking at new investments, things that are going to be career based. This could also mean some interesting dynamics either happening with your father or even with a mother who played a father figure in your life. All right. So 10th house could be, it's mostly career, work ethics, how you see yourself operating in this particular time frame. All right. So what you want to do, like I said, see where it's sitting. Most of y'all are going to be dealing with what the mind is dealing with. All right. Because y'all going to just pull up that first birthday. That first birthday, your natal chart or your birth chart is your mind. So how is your mind? And that's really important right now because that moon is going to have your mind all over the place. It's going to have you doing this, a roller coaster. With the moon, with Uranus, which is a roller coaster ride within itself, it's going to have you doing this. So you got to be very, very mindful. Is the best word that I can say. Depending on where it's sitting, you need to be very mindful of what is coming out your mouth, how you are moving, and how you are operating. Like I said, for some of y'all, if it's in the second house, if it's in certain dynamics, that means y'all about to have a check. Go on and say thank you. Be like, oh, I'm about to receive a check. All right. But that does not mean that that stuff is not coming without sacrifice, because this is still about transformation and death. What do you have to sacrifice? What has to die in order for these new things, this new abundance, this new lifestyle to come into your life? What has to die? What has to transform? Okay? So whatever it is, this is a time that you got to be like, okay, let me go ahead and get this little candle ready. Let me go ahead and put this in the fire. Write your stuff down. What do you need to release? What are you still holding on to? And how do I transform? How do I truly release this? This is a great time for generational curse breaking. This is a great time for ancestral energy that you're releasing, especially my women, because especially melanated women, you know that we've had a lot of wound trauma from many years, many generations. This is a great time for you to specifically focus on, how can I release this wound trauma? How can I release the energy that my great grandmother has stored in me? Okay, this is a good time for you to, say little release prayers. I'm trying to remember what book it is. Raseki Temple, she has a book, and it's Kemetic 1. As if you're taking a Kemetic 1 class, the Reiki class, but there's an actual liberation prayer, and I'll see if I can take a picture of it and repost it. There is a liberation prayer that you can quote or you can say, and you're supposed to do it for 7 days or a certain amount of time, but this will be a great time for you to initiate doing these liberation prayers so you can actually liberate yourself, but also liberate the ancestors and the people who have walked this path before you. Okay, so you can release. All right. Okay, let me see. Y'all know this is all new. The Instagram is doing some old crazy shit. Okay, could you tell me exactly what I need to do? Should I post photos of ancestors? I wouldn't post photos, but yeah, you could put, if you're getting ready to do specifically ancestral work, I would have those pictures out. Y'all know that this particular moon, if you're on the East Coast, it starts, the fullest point is going to be at 10:40 something, if I'm not mistaken, a.m. So this is during the daytime for us. So if you're going to start, today should be like really a very hardcore ritual day. If you're doing any type of healing work, this is the day to do it. All right. Anything that you want to do that you like, even if you are having fertility issues, if you're having, like I said, reproductive issues, if you're having financial issues, if you're having relationship issues, any of those dynamics, this is the day that you want to specifically focus on. I'm doing ritual work. Start it off today. I really wanted y'all to start it off when I did the live the other day, but let's say you ain't get that live. I need you to start it today. This is going to be the day that you can really release some energy and you can peel some of these layers off that you're holding on to. All right. Specifically, my women, this is a great moon for you to work with because it's going to help you transform a lot of different things in your life. All right. Relationships. Let me tap on this real quick. All right. So we got Mars is in a certain position. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be, I don't have my transits in. I want to say that Mars is right across from where Venus is sitting right now. So that means there's a conversation happening. What is this conversation happening? This is basically the divine feminine and the divine masculine saying, how can we communicate better? Morning, baby. How can we communicate better? What do we need to put in place in order for us to understand each other better? This is another reason why I'm telling you, if you're in a relationship or if you are having relationship troubles, this is a great time for you to be putting methods and tools together in order for you to align and be more intentional about how you're growing and how you're moving forward. All right, how you're growing and how you're moving forward. The other thing that y'all want to pay attention to is where your Mercury is sitting, because it's in retrograde, and it's specifically in retrograde in the Libra energy, which is all about balance. So when I tell y'all the universe has got the pressure applied, they got their foot on your neck, and it's like either you gonna do this work and you're going to get this shadow work in today, or you getting ready to be drugged. You're going to feel the repercussions over the next couple of months that's going to make you feel like, oh God, let me just go on and release this. I do not need it anymore. Like there is no way that you can come through the particular transits that are happening at this moment in time and not like transform something in your life. If you do, that's because you're just walking around not wanting to. You just walking around rigid. You just in a space like, I don't want to do it. And let me know how that work out for you. That's all I'm going to say. Let me know how that work out for you. All right. You can either do it and do it willingly and embrace the process, or you're going to do it and you're going to be kicking and screaming the whole way. All right. So for y'all that have human design charts already, just look on there. There's 2 birthdays. There's going to be your design birthday and there's your personality birthday, which is your consciousness in your body. So what you want to do is go ahead and pull those birthdays. Go ahead and pull the natal chart so you can see specifically where is that energy sitting. For me, my Uranus energy didn't change. All my stuff was still in the same part of my chart. It was just in a different area. So you want to really kind of see where is that energy holding true for you and what is it specifically that you need to be focused on. All right. What is it specifically that you want? If you're going to do candle work with this moon, I really want y'all to pay attention. Like, what should you be working on? Like I said, if you're having financial issues, that's a whole nother story, but this will be a great moon for you to work with. Relationships specifically, I'm telling y'all, if y'all having issues, please, beloveds, please, please, please do not just get up and make a permanent decision. Do not make a permanent decision because your emotions is feeling a certain kind of way. I want you to sit with this. This is the one time that I'm like, I need you to sit with it, process it, see why your emotions is in this particular space, and now come up with the resolution. Now, for some of y'all, it means that y'all need to take your ass home. You don't need to be in that situation no more. You already knew that before this moon hit. All right. For some of y'all, this is a time for y'all to create something new. All right. What does this look like for you? How can I create a new dynamic, a new way of operating in this particular relationship? It might mean that you have to release the old way of doing things. You might have to release old patterns. Your relationship might not look like your mama and them relationship. Your relationship ain't gonna look like that Disney ideology of what you're supposed to be doing, the white picket fence. I'm just telling you, it might look like something totally different. Some of y'all gonna be mad because your man gonna be coming to you talking about, I need a co-wife. I need a couple of wives. All right? Because that's the energy that's in their chart. And this is going to be the time where they're going to be like, I've been doing this too long and you suppressing me, boo. Like, I can't do this with you no more. All right? So you're going to have to figure that out. Now, and my women, you're going to have the right to be like, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't signed up for that shit. You barely taking care of me. And then some of y'all going to be like, okay, let's sit down and figure out what this look like. Look at it differently. I'm telling you, this is going to be a time frame that you're going to have to look at your life differently. Why? Because on top of all of this that I just talked about, all this deliciousness that's in y'all chart, we got a whole nother dynamic that's happening. Our whole universe is shifting literally in real time. And they are preparing us. They're preparing us for what is to come. Everything is changing and shifting right before our eyes. And because it's changing and shifting right before our eyes, if y'all pay attention, that Uranus been in damn Taurus all darn year. And when it's been in it, what has it been doing? It has changed what we are used to in our whole way of life. And now you add all of this energy together at this moment in time. And then on top of that, Mercury in retrograde. Oh, it's going to be some shutdowns. It's going to be a whole lot of stuff popping right now. It's a whole lot of stuff popping. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the process. Don't be over emotional about it. It's easy for me to say because I got splenic authority. So for me, I'm very logical before I'm emotional. So it's easy for me to be like, don't get caught in your feelings. But don't get caught in your feelings. Don't get caught slipping, boo. This ain't the time that you want to get caught. All right, if Uranus is in our 10th house, what does it mean? That's that energy dealing with your career path. All right, that's going to be dealing with work ethics. It could be dealing with your father. It could be dealing with your mother, depending on how your mother played a role in your life. Because some of us had mothers that were mother and father figures. It could be dealing with your network circle when it comes to your career. All right. How you even see the whole work-life dynamic. Like, are you supposed to be running your own business or are you supposed to be working with people? If you got Uranus naturally in the 10th house, 9 times out of 10, you one of the people that don't never get along with your boss. It just depends on what other planet is there. But normally you are already coming into situations like, I ain't supposed to be working for nobody. You normally going to be the one that's like the hardest employee to deal with. All right. But it also depends on what else is going on in your chart. All right. Let me see. Let me go back. I'm trying. Y'all, I hate Instagram now with this new way. I'm like, is there not another way that I can look at my comments? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Somebody asked about candle magic. One way that you can really understand candle magic and other spiritual dynamics and how to set up your altar. I don't even have the book in front of me, but Let's Talk Spirit Talk. This is one of my sister friends that have done many workshops with me. Let's Talk Spirit Talk goes into detail about colors, herbs, all of that dynamic. It's a whole section on candle magic. To keep it very simple, what I would suggest if y'all babies are trying to do something simple right now, the simple dynamics that you need to do right now is do a spiritual bath. All right. Do you a spiritual bath. If you can get some black salt. All right. Get you some black salt, some Epsom salt, and maybe whatever oil. I use a lot of oils that are pre-made, and I don't have nothing in front of me, but I use a lot of oils that are pre-made that are for a specific energy. So you want to put that in your water. For my women, be very mindful because our homegirl don't really like all kind of different elements. So you got to be mindful. If you got one that's real sensitive, your homegirl sensitive, don't be putting all that extra shit in your water. Don't put it in your water. But if she not too sensitive, you can at least get you a little bit of black salt and put it in there, and a little bit of Epsom salt, and probably just keep it there. Florida water is a perfect example. I always put a couple of drops of Florida water in my water. And that's going to be a spiritual bath that's going to cleanse and detox and pull anything that is on you off of you. This is a release. And that's what you want to do, is be intentional about releasing. Now, for my babies who at this moment in time, you probably can't afford, I don't understand how you can't afford $1 bag from Epsom salt, but that ain't, from the Dollar Tree, and they got Epsom salt, but that ain't none of my business. But if you can't afford salt, the intention is about putting your hands in the water and setting the intentions. Typically what I would do, or what I would tell somebody to do, is take your hand and put it in the water and swirl it around and speak the intentions that you want in that water. All right, that's all you're going to do. You're going to take your hand, put it in the water. If you want that water to release blockages to financial opportunity, that's what you need to be speaking. If you know that you got a negative ass relationship towards money, you need to speak that in the water and be like, look, I need anything that's blocking my abundance, my flow. You want to speak it into the water. Anything that it is that you need to be doing, whatever you need to be releasing, put your hand in the water, speak it. When you're putting, let's say you got your salts, when you're putting your salts and your elements in the water, it's like prayer. You're putting that energy in the water saying, hey, this is what I'm calling the universe or my ancestors or my spirit guides to do. So you can walk into the abundance, so you can walk into the energy that you need. You're going to sit in that water for at least 10 minutes. Some of y'all be wanting to jump in there and jump out. No, don't do that. I need you to be in there at least a minimum of 10 minutes. The water should not be burning hot. This is specific for my women. Your water should not be hot. It's not a regular bath to wash your behind. This is water that should be like lukewarm, honestly. Lukewarm, because if it's hot, it's creating a whole nother vibration. You don't want that. You need your water to be lukewarm, a little more on the cold side. All right. You can put any kind of herbs. It depends on what you're doing. So like, let's say you're doing something that you want to do, something dealing with love. So you want to put cinnamon in your water. You want to do rose petals in your water. You're going to be specific. So you got to think, whatever it is that you're trying to bring more in, cinnamon is y'all go-to. Y'all know I'm a cinnamon girl. Cinnamon is going to be your go-to. If you can put cinnamon oil or herbs in your water, you can go to the store, grocery store, and get y'all some cinnamon sticks and break them up and put it in your water. Okay? Cinnamon is pretty much one of your super herbs. It's one of your super magical spells. It actually is going to fix just about anything going on in your life. You need more love in your life, or lust, or whatever you want to call it. Get you some cinnamon. All right? You need more money and abundance. Get you some cinnamon. You need protection. Get you some cinnamon. That's normally all y'all issue right there. Cinnamon, you should have cinnamon everywhere in your house. You should just be boiling cinnamon every week. All right, so cinnamon is your super herb. Candles, getting back to the candles. So candles, I don't even have no regular candles, but oh, yes, I do. So typically, it depends on what you're working on. This is a candle that I normally have on my desk. And it says success is a series of small things. Okay. Success is a series of small things. And I love this candle because it had butterflies. And to me, butterflies represent transformation. So understanding what that whole dynamic. Now, typically I would get a candle that doesn't have this paper on it. And I would cleanse it with Florida water. And I'll put all my goodies in there. Whatever it is that I'm striving to manifest. And then I'm big on either putting a sigil on the bottom. So a sigil is it's your own personal logo. That's how you're going to look at it. So I normally will put a sigil on the bottom of my candle. And then whatever, you can even keep it simple. What is it that you're trying to manifest? Now, let's be clear. I tell people, don't do candle magic, number one, if you don't know what the hell you're getting into. All right? Don't do it. Don't do it. But if you want to keep it real simple, write specifically on your candle what it is that you want. So if you want abundance, put abundance on your candle. Or if you want protection, put it on there. Like, you can keep it real simple. A lot of times I'll do a sigil and it'll say, I walk in abundance. Okay? Or I am loved. Whatever it is that I'm striving to manifest, whatever it is that I want to bring into my life or to release out of my life, then that's what I do. Another quick tip, and I'm going to do this real quick, that I normally do, and I actually got a candle magic video on my YouTube. So those of y'all who are not familiar with my YouTube page, if you go to my YouTube, it's going to be way back in the videos, probably closer to the beginning. I got a candle magic video. If you have a oil that is specifically, like I got money oil that's made by one of my sister friends. If I got a money oil and I know I want to bring more money or more abundance in my life, I'm going to take that oil, I'm going to rub it on my hand, and I'm going to make sure that I meditate with this candle. I'm intentionally setting the energy and the vibration in this candle, and I'm going to rub the oil up the candle towards me. Anything, whether it's this kind or whether it's a pillar candle or whatever you're trying to bring towards you, you want to rub it towards you. All right. Whatever it is that you want to take away from you, you're going to take your candle and you're going to rub it away. So you're going to specifically be, putting the energy or the intention and the vibration into your candle to do either bringing in more of what it is that you need or releasing exactly what you don't need. All right. Another thing for me, I always sit with my candle in my heart space or my heart chakra and make sure I sit with that candle for at least a good little minute, meditating on what it is that I'm striving to manifest. So let's say I want to manifest a thriving business. All right. A thriving business. I make sure that I take this and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to visualize exactly what that looks like. Okay, you're going to visualize. You're going to go through the process. So if you already got a storefront, you need to be seeing yourself unlock the doors to your new storefront. It's a line wrapped around the building. You got money falling from the sky, like whatever it is and what it looked like. I need you to smell it, feel it, breathe it. Okay, walk in it, have good energy. So now let's go back. If y'all walking around with depressed, negative, stinking energy, your aura funky right now, don't do it. You're going to put that energy into your candle. Don't you do it. You're going to put that energy into whatever it is that you're sitting down doing. Don't do it. If you walking around with the wrong vibration, you're going to bring more of that into your life. Don't do it. Make sure that your energy, your intention, your vibration is in the right space. So typically when I'm doing any type of healing work or magic work per se, I'm going to make sure I'm eating the right way. I'm going to eat high vibrational foods. Okay. I'm going to eat my fruits. I'm going to have water on deck. I'm going to make sure that I'm specifically preparing my body, my mind, and my spirit to do the work that I need to do. You need to play music. I know all of y'all, and my babies has been with me for a long time. I told y'all better have that playlist on ready. Okay? Have the playlist on ready. Because it's going to be an opportunity for you to go ahead and instantly lift your vibration. You always want to have things. You can have oils. This is one of my favorite. If I'm in a funky mood, I normally use either peppermint oil or I use my crystals. So for those of y'all who've been with me for a while, I'll use my meditation crystals. This is something I swear by. Why? Because it's going to automatically, number one, help you breathe quick and breathe better and deeper. But it's also going to lighten up the energy. It's going to lighten up the mood. So the whole key is to get y'all vibration in the right place before y'all sit down and do any type of work with this moon. All right. So willfully, I hope I gave y'all something. Okay, I hope I gave y'all something. Black salt is on the website, sheismagic.com. You can go on sheismagic.com and it'll have black salt, the meditation crystals. This little jar will last you literally a long time unless you just, overdoing and you overdosing on it. Because literally all you're going to do is light a charcoal and put not even a lot. Like you can see they're like little crystals. You're going to put like a pinch. This little pinch is like enough. And then it's going to literally put the whole aroma in the atmosphere. Like you're going to be on a whole nother high. All right. If you're not used to how strong mint crystals are, then I promise y'all, number one, you're going to be addicted because you're going to realize how easy you breathe. Number two, it's going to instantly start pulling toxins out of you. So anything that you're holding within this particular area, especially when you're talking about the crown and the third eye, it's going to open it up. Okay. Do I cook my herbs before? I personally don't. Some people do. Some people will actually make a concoction on the stove and then pour that in. I'm a different type of alchemist. I'm going to say that. I always love my herbs in the rawest form possible. And why? Because it's just like cooking. In my mind, it's just like cooking. I always look at it like, you're not going to get all the nutrients that you need from your kale if you overcook it. So I'm real big on, I like my herbs as raw as possible. So I can just mix it. Normally I'll have like a little bowl and I'll mix my herbs and then put it in there if I'm doing real work. I'm the simplest alchemist now. I'm that one that I need my blessings right now. I ain't got time to be sitting here doing all this extra work. I ain't gonna do it. That's part of my human design. My truth is in the now. What can I do right now? So that's why I'm telling y'all, cinnamon is your go-to. Cinnamon is a quick boom. It's gonna give you exactly what you need. But it's highly connected to who I am. So you might want to check into what herb is connected to your sun sign, what herb is connected to your rising sign. See, I'm putting y'all on game. This stuff I teach in my class. I normally don't be teaching this online. This is normally on my class. Okay, let me see. So I do have the black salt. It's online. If you cannot, like you trying to get it for right now, and so you look it in your area, go to your metaphysical shops. There should be some sort of metaphysical shop, unless you stay in the country, that you should go and get it. Sometimes even your grocery store, if you have like a holistic or a high-end grocery store, they'll even have black salt. Okay. All right, wait a minute. Let me see. I feel like I'm missing questions. I'm sorry, y'all. And it's just because. Okay, the book that I was telling y'all about is Let's Talk Spirit Talk. So Let's Talk Spirit Talk, she goes from divine purpose, divine timing. She talks about altar work and how you should set up your altar. Now, let's be clear. All of this stuff is just guidelines, okay? Guidelines for you to create a more intimate experience with your spiritual journey. Do not feel like that everything that y'all read or hear is going to be concrete. The reason I say this because sometimes y'all get very dogmatic and very religious when it comes to this walk. And the spiritual journey is a very intimate and personal one. What do you intuitively feel is right for you? Okay? Don't get into a space where y'all are being like, oh, I can't set up my ancestor altar because I ain't got a wood altar. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. Be very intimate and personal. My very first altar was small. My second altar, I wish I could find a picture, was made out of glass and gold and silver. Like it was very elaborate. But that was connected to who I am and what that particular energy wanted from me. So you got to be very intentional on what is being called for you. What is it that you need to be doing and what is being asked? Okay. What is being asked? Order in the center of the herbs and say some words on them. What? Yeah. Winter, Nicole, if it felt good to you when you did it, that's what you need to keep doing. My biggest thing is y'all need to make sure that whatever it is that you do, keep doing it. But it needs to feel good. It needs to feel innate to you. It needs to feel like I didn't even know that I was doing something that I needed to be doing, but this is what I was led to do. Okay? I can tell y'all off gate, like in the beginning of my journey, it was a lot of stuff that I did that I intuitively knew that that was what I was supposed to be doing. And then I might come across a mentor or, you know, get a certification in something and realize like, oh, that's what I was doing. I was already doing that. I done paid y'all for this damn class and now I was already doing that. Okay? Are there certain times of the day to do candle magic? There are certain hours that are a lot more intentional. Okay, so there's a certain hour that are a lot more intentional if you're looking at doing something with a certain type of energy. So if I'm working on love, there's a certain hour or there's certain alignments that you want to pay attention to. Like I said, this particular lineup that we got that's coming up, and I got to get off of here because I ain't getting ready to be fooling with y'all. This particular alignment that's coming up today, you'll be able to tap on relationships. If you want a relationship, you're able to tap on money. If you need money, you're able to tap on healing, personal healing. You're able to tap on ancestral trauma, ancestral release, ancestral forgiveness or liberation. So this particular alignment today, y'all really could get some work in. All right. And if you start to feel tired or feel drained, stop. Don't keep doing all of this work and now you damn knocked out. Now you exhausted. Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself. Witness to Elevation said, yeah, she goes by the days and the colors that align with it. That's an amazing way to do it too. But y'all know, like I said, number one, you need to know who you are. This is your blueprint. Who are you? Because y'all be following some generic ass list of stuff and it ain't got nothing to do with who you are and who you connected to or what energy are more powerful in your chart. So you need to be in a space that you are paying attention to who you are. What is your blueprint? What is naturally your energetic aura? Okay? Pay attention. Because if you're not paying attention to that, you're going to miss out on a lot of your manifestations. A lot. Okay? Oh, I'm glad you just asked that. So you could get your charts from astro.com. Astrology.com is easier to read, but astro.com will give you your Chiron. Okay? Astro.com will give you your Chiron. Astrology.com has an easier way to read it. So both of those will give you your natal chart. Now, I see a couple of people asking me how we get the 2 birthdays. You need to do your human design chart. So your human design chart is on mybodygraph.com, or you can reach out to Asia at Free Your Mind Designs. Okay. And if you put in a request on her website, she will actually send you your blueprint, if I'm not mistaken, for free. And then you can schedule a consultation. I think she's backed up right now, so don't get excited. But you can schedule a consultation and she can break down, you know, just the basic information. All right. So what you want to do is go to mybodygraph.com. That's going to give you your human design chart. And on the human design chart, it's going to show you 2 birthdays. All right. All right, y'all. So let me go because I'm getting hot. And I will talk to y'all later. I love you. I love you. I love you. Get to work. Get this work in. Peace.